Alright, I think I got a 1986 TV here. Alright, let's see, yeah. Because this tube is in here. It tests great on emission. Tests great, fantastic. Got this tube here, which, this is a, M31 344. Actually, what's on here? Isn't there another model number? Oh, it's a completely different model number. Yeah, so it's a M31 344, and if we go down there, doesn't go past 340, but you know, I can just assume and follow that setup. I wish I had a newer book for this thing. And if I do, we're going to set our filaments to 12 volts. I've already done that. We're there. No shorts. No shorts. Gun balance. And I have it full tilt. I can't balance the gun. Try the other bias voltages. D, C, B, A. I can balance it on A, so I'm assuming I'm supposed to be on A. Now if I balance it on the A bias voltage, okay, we're balanced. Go to emission, which this thing had a great picture the last time I used it, so go into emission, and we're in the clear. So I think this thing has a different bias voltage in here. I'll have to actually go through the book on this thing and figure out what that's at. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to change the cutoff if I move this CRT to here, because that's the plan. Now to perform the life test, we're going to drop it down 1 volt division. So our filament is now running at, yeah, so that would be, what, 11? No, 10, yeah, 11's there, 10's there, so 10.5 volts. We're running at 10.5 volts. Let's check our emission now. Alright, we're doing good. Go down again. We're falling off hard. So this tube's in much better shape than this one. And look at it. Look at its pristine condition. Which, that's what the case looks like. So it's not like it was stored somewhere dust-free either. Very, very low hour set. Looks very good. In fact, we should fire this thing up and show you what it looks like before we go all tube swappy. But I should be able to plug this tube in here and get a somewhat okay picture, just the cutoff's going to be wrong. The cutoff voltage is going to, I believe, be too high or too small. I think the cutoff voltage is negative. Let me check that. This TV is a not power on TV. Power switch does not short like it's supposed to. Gonna pop it back, see if I can clean it or if there's something mechanically wrong. If not, I guess I'll just jump it for now. Well, I might have, switch exploded when I opened the back of it. Lost some pieces. I don't think I'm rebuilding it. I can't find the pieces. There we go, got our screen volt. Ah, that's high pitch. Was it that loud before? You hear that? Ow. Fuck. Was it that loud before? Oh, fuck. Yeah. Ugh. I think the brightness is up too high or something. Ugh. It's fucking painfully loud. We have something. Now, different cutoff voltage is becoming a huge problem, so I'm going to have to do some research into that, see how I can change that. Oh yeah, there's no off other than flipping this. So yes, this will work at the different tube. It doesn't fit perfectly, but it does work. Alright, time to go cook some ducks. Now, I don't know who's been teaching you your electronics, but everybody knows to properly get the correct bias voltage on your CRT. You must first go outside and kill one of your pets and barbecue them. It's a very important part of a good TV. Is just go find your next duck and chop its head off. Or have a friend chop its head off. Okay, so I've got the TV here. I've disconnected what I believe to be the bias voltage of the grid 1, which I got the same image when I turned it on, so yay. We're now going to try manually injecting a positive bias, and I'm not wearing shoes, so stop the video actually. So we've taken what I believe to be the cable for the bias voltage on the CRT. I've connected up to this variable power supply, and I've tied the ground together with this, and it's supposed to be from my Syncor. SuperMac says that there's a positive bias voltage, so we're going to try doing a positive bias voltage. I believe it said it was 20 or 40 volts. We're just going to crank it up and see what happens. Hopefully nothing goes boof. My electrical engineering teacher was actually here today, and he suggested I put a resistor in with that, like a 100 mega ohm or something like that. But there's already a oh, what is it? This resistor here is in series with it, and that's a oh, let's see, that's a 444, so that's a 44 with 4 zeros, so that's pretty high value. So I think that's my isolator right there, so I'm just using the one right in the neck board. Alright, take the camera. Oh yeah, so it's alright. No, what the hell? Kill the video. Why won't you focus, you bitch?
Two is fourth way, not one.
As you can see, the fuse is smoldered to pieces. And now I gotta find, hope I have one of these in my drawer. I do not have a large fuse collection. Well, I've got 2 more 1 amp fuses, so 2 more rooms for mistake if this thing even fires up. We're gonna test it. Alright, so now what? So I have a theory that the thing shorted out just because this there's nothing on an isolation transformer in here, although that power supply does have a transformer, but I think its ground's still shared. So now I'm just using straight up 9-volt batteries to change my bias voltage. So if we blow a fuse, then I guess I just can't do this. Oh! Alright, so we got an amp meter set to 200 milliamps there. Hopefully it doesn't pull more than that. It's pulling nothing with the tube off. We're going to what I believe is the grid, the first grid of the tube to the ground. And let's see if we pop a fuse. Very faint. We're now attempting the negative bias to tube again. You know what I think? I think that's not the grid voltage. I think that is not the grid voltage. Man, I'm having issues getting a good picture out of this guy. That is horrible and out of focus. Affecting the black level affects the focus. Yeah, and there's no focus control in here, which... So the bias voltage is wrong, and that's one of the reasons why this picture is so horrible. And I'm having issues figuring out, when I measure that stuff, I'm not seeing what I expect to see. But the big difference between this tube and the tube that was in it was the bias voltage, but apparently the focus voltage needs to be different too. And there's no focus control. So I might abandon this project. We've got black level, horizontal hold, contrast. That says tune there. Oh, what other controls do we have? There's an IC down here and some tuning thingies. Oh, that looks all IFy. Yeah, that probably all is. We got vertical down here. And That's it for controls. Nothing on the flyback. That's supposed to be a pretty cheap TV set. Then again, I've looked up this. It's made of old parts too. The tube, I looked it up. That tube's used in like TVs from the 70s, and this TV's from '86. So this is an old. This TV's just made of scraps, pretty much. Well, I'm gonna go put its old tube back in it because it looks really good with its old tube. If anybody knows more about this shit than me and has a suggestion on how to make that not look horrible, go ahead. You know, I was even going to the point where I was trying to look up data sheets, hoping I could find data sheets or something on these, but no. Could not find that. Just to show you what moderately used versus barely used looks like. Now, both these test great in a CRT tester, but this one's like, whew, it's like new old stock testy levels, and it looks like new old stock. I mean, just look at that. Well, I guess let's get you back in there, you weird off to the side second anode. This one has a good switch, but the variable resistor part's broken up and it's slightly different, so I'm just going to replace the entire top unit here and drop it in here, and it's pretty much identical, so that'll be good. Like everything I work on, I always have just one of what I need, and I always break it in the end. Never fucking fails. I'm not missing anything crucial on the switch. I have everything I need for it to work. I just got to get it to where it's bent in a way where it actually quits contacting when it's over. So I had to move the innards of the switch around a little bit so they would, it's supposed to be over here, locked between two pieces of metal. It's supposed to make contact with a piece of metal over here, but I've modified it so now it's over here and it still clicks nice. So I'm gonna clamp this back together and try doing as little modification to the switch as possible from this point on, other than moving this lead over. Another little unexpected thing, when I assembled it, it now works like this. Wait, what? Okay, so I've now turned it on. I gotta turn the volume up, and then I can turn the volume down, and it'll stay on, and then I turn it off, it'll click. I can work with that, though. That at least works. This means it's gonna be nothing. But that'll work. Yeah, I fucked up the trace there, but it's got good contact to the pin it goes to. Final test. Final. Oh. That one clicked immediately.
What kind of question is that? What is the total of 6 plus 2?
That's a new form of CAPTCHA. This thing's actually working like it's supposed to, kinda. That could be some scary sparklage there. Yeah, I think this will work. I flipped this piece around because the little keying on here is on the wrong side, and then this no longer clicked. I opened it up, the spring popped out, it's gone forever. But I took another one. I didn't even open it out, so the volume might be kind of weird. But this came out of a Ultec Lansing speaker system, and this has got the power switch. And if it fucking burns up, I don't care. So let's see. Also, it didn't fit the pen, so yeah, I soldered it straight in here, which didn't matter because the cheap contacts could not handle being soldered through twice. They just unglued from the board and came off. Like, these ones are pretty loose on. These ones are barely even on here as well. That took way longer than it should. That volume knob seems more balanced than the old one. Because I had to turn that thing up halfway before I got any noticeable sound before. I guess it doesn't go completely on mute, but it's pretty quiet. Yeah, that's okay, time to assemble this very cheap TV.